and think upon my name.
Did you hear that, Nate? Stiff-necked Nate, did you hear that? Read that again.
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name.
And meditate, that's what the word think means, upon my name. So what does that mean? That means they know the name. Because the Most High wouldn't make that statement, because the Most High is not a man and he should lie. The Most High wouldn't make that statement unless he gave his name to a certain people. Because for them to praise his name or meditate upon his name or think upon his name, they have to know the name. And Esau ain't going to give you the name. If you go to these universities, you ain't going to get the name of the Most High by getting a doctorate degree in religion. Go ahead.
And return from their stiff neck.
And return, I forgot that was even in there. And return from their stiff neck. Go ahead.
And from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them.
Yes, so all you scoffers out there trying to come up against this truth, you ain't gonna win. You're not gonna win, man. Like I said, some of the accounts we got up there, they're on private. So if you want to watch videos, you gotta be on a private list. Because now this thing is tightening up. So you jakes that are trying to decide whether you want to be Israel or not, there's going to be a time where you're going to say, yep, I want to be an Israelite, and you're going to go to knock on the door, and the door's going to be locked. You're going to be locked out. Okay? You better get it while the getting's good, if you're of the elect. All right, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 10. Therefore fear thou not my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
That's in the kingdom. Go ahead.
For I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations whither I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. But I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. For thus saith the Lord, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines.
Read that again. None to plead thy cause, and then right after that go to Jeremiah 15, verse 5.
There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up, and thou hast no healing medicines. Jeremiah 15.
On that part where it says thou hast no healing medicines, they cutting the Medicaid and the Medicare off too. They cutting you off. Go ahead.
Oh, that's that scripture in Revelation, the 12th chapter, where the serpent fed them for a certain period of time. Jeremiah 15 and 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
Because they're concerned about helping Japan. They really wasn't concerned about helping Haiti. You got a bunch of singers got together and did that telethon to make money. And where'd that money go to? They got like a penny for every dollar that was given, collected. They got a penny. So this man, and then Clinton, Slick Willie went down there with a baby Bush. You had all these different politicians going down there. You had Cliff John. He went down there trying to be the fucking president, getting off the plane like he was the president already. And then he went down there talking shit, and they shot him in the hand. Go ahead.
It says, For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
Now let's go back to where we left off.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 13. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, and with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them.
All these nations, they all going to get it. Go ahead.
Every one of them shall go into captivity.
That means slavery. It means slavery. Matter of fact, look it up. You got these clowns out here like Bubble-Eyed Blackfish and them talking about Esau and the other nations not going to go into slavery. It said every one of them shall go into captivity. Go ahead. Didn't say hell either.
Yeah, the word there for captivity comes from the Hebrew word shabya, which means captivity, captives, state of captivity, act of capture, captivity. And then down there it says to be led into captivity, captives.
Let's read on.
It says, why criest thou for thine, verse 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord. Because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain.
What does that mean? The city shall be built upon its own heap. Because Israel's going to be destroyed too, just like America. Israel's going to receive that plague, pursuant to Zechariah 14 and 12. Go ahead.
It says, And the palace shall remain after the manner thereof, and out of them shall proceed thanksgiving and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation.
Their children shall also be as aforetime. What is that talking about? Give me Amos. What is that? Amos 9, verse 11. And you can speak on the Latin Bible part. Maybe one day you bring the Latin Bible down and read it in the Latin. Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 11. And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen.
Yeah, our children are going to be as before time. Go ahead.
It says, and close up the breaches thereof. Con, I think I got it here.
All right, well. Yeah, so you can read it in the Spanish too. Go ahead.
It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this.
Now, that's twofold, but mainly it's talking about their lands. Because Esau is not going to have their own land, pursuant to Isaiah the 14th chapter. So who's going to take that land? The Moabites? The Ammonites? No. The Israelites is going to take that land. All right? You can pass it on. I don't know if he knows it. He might know. No, give it to him since he's closer.
All right, this is the book of Amos 9. And I'm gonna read 11 and 12 in the Spanish. This I was about to say dice. En aquel día yo levantaré el tabernáculo caído de David, cerraré sus portillos, levantaré sus ruinas y lo edificaré como en el tiempo pasado. That's the 11th verse. I will raise up the tabernacles of David. Then it says, para que aquellos sobre los cuales es invocado mi nombre posean el resto de Edom y todas las naciones, dice Yahweh, que hace esto. So basically what it's saying, when you go to the 11th verse, it says that those which are called by my name may possess the remnant of Edom and of the heathen.
That's right. Which really it means their lands. We're going to possess their lands. All right? Now let's go back to where we left off.
All right, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 17. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord. Because they call thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
So the Lord's going to restore our health. He's going to build us back up as in the days of old. Give me the book of Hosea, the 6th chapter, and the 2nd verse. Go ahead.
Hosea chapter 6, verse 2. After 2 days